In the year 2042, two nations teetered on the brink of annihilation. Veridia, a militarized superpower obsessed with expansion, and Elaria, a peace-seeking republic nestled between mountain ranges and open seas. What began as a border dispute over a rich vein of cobalt, a resource essential for advanced AI weaponry, spiraled into a full-scale war. Veridia, confident in its might, launched a surprise aerial strike. But they didn't anticipate the storm that Elaria was preparing in silence. This is the story of how a smaller nation outwitted a war machine, of how courage, intellect, and the sky itself turned the tide. Tensions had brewed for years. Veridia claimed ancestral rights to the cobalt-rich zone known as the Veyron Belt, but Elaria's citizens had lived there for centuries. The belt wasn't just minerals. It was memories, homes, lives. On March 17th at 0300 hours, Veridia's fleet of VX-99 stealth bombers breached Elarian airspace, targeting communication outposts and power grids. The world watched in silence as fire painted the night sky. General Lyra, Vance. We asked for peace, they answered with missiles. Now we show them our silence was not weakness, but warning. Elaria's defense was spearheaded by an elite unit known as the Ghost Wing, a squadron flying experimental Aero Phantom fighters, cloaked in radar-dampening skin and equipped with neuro-sync controls, allowing pilots to react faster than thought. Captain Kai Draven. My father died in the last Veridian incursion. They said Elaria would never recover. Now they'll remember our name written across their skies. With Elarian satellites jammed, Ghostwing launched from underground hangars. They used reverse pulse EMP bursts to scramble Veridia's radar before every strike. Missiles named storm flares curved through the clouds with AI-guided precision, taking out command blimps and long-range artillery. Veridia's numerical advantage began to crumble against Elaria's ghost-like tactics. Civilians hid in mountain bunkers. Children learned to sleep through the sirens. Each night, Elaria's skies lit up in both terror and resistance. Among the defenders was Dr. Selene Ro, a quantum engineer who had once fled Veridia. She now directed the Elarian Sky Shield program, a lattice of drones and AI mesh networks designed to confuse enemy targeting systems. Dr. Selene Ro. They taught us to fear their strength. We taught our machines to learn their weaknesses. By the third week, Veridia's VX-99 fleet suffered 45% losses. The AI war command back home in Veridia City began to override human commanders, deploying autonomous war drones toward Elaria's capital, Veridia. The battle reached its crescendo over the skies of Veridia. Veridia unleashed its most advanced weapon, the Skyrend, a colossal unmanned aerial fortress armed with plasma lances and jamming fields. Ghostwing had one chance. Their plan: use Elaria's own experimental radar inversion tech coded by Selene Ro to create a ghost signal, a false fleet that would confuse Skyrend's targeting. Kai Draven led the charge. Kai Draven. If I don't come back, tell them. The sky never belonged to tyrants. The maneuver worked. Skyrend fired at phantoms while Kai's wing flew beneath its defenses. 3 Stormflare missiles hit its reactor. The sky exploded like dawn. Veridia, stunned and disoriented, pulled back. International condemnation followed. Their leaders were forced into negotiation by economic collapse and internal dissent. Elaria, though battered, stood victorious, not because of power, but because of resolve. General Lyra Vance. Victory is not in domination, it is in the defense of what matters: freedom, peace, and the courage to hold the sky. Kai Draven never returned. His name was etched into the sky wall of heroes. Selene Ro's AI protocols were later used to prevent future conflicts. From the ashes of war rose a future not written by force, but by memory and vigilance. And so, when the wind brushes across the stones of Elaria's peaks, it carries more than stories. It carries the whispers of warriors who dared to fly into fire. This was the Skyfire.